We're now joined by the first-year head coach of the Yough Cougars, Chunko, victorious in game number 1, 29-6 against Chartiers Houston. Coach, congratulations. How good does it feel to get that first victory out of the way in game number 1?
It feels great. It feels great to get the first one, and now it gives us confidence going into the conference, and we can build off of it. So it's a good building block, good momentum going into the conference play.
And you speak about going to the conference. Well, originally that was supposed to be a conference game against Elizabeth Forward. That's a pretty good Warriors team. It was ultimately changed to non-conference against Chartiers Houston. Take me through the time frame of what you had to do making that adjustment.
Well, we were preparing for Elizabeth all summer because we knew that was going to be our first game. But due to they had some COVID issues down there, so that pushed them back. So we weren't going to be able to play that game, and instead of being off for another week, we were able to pick up that non-conference game against Chartiers Houston.
Did you approach it any differently because it was a non-conference affair against a 2A opponent?
No. I never approach anything. Everything to me is a conference game or a playoff type atmosphere. So we go into every game with a mindset that it's a championship game. So we prepare that way, and we try to come out and play that way.
I know you were not part of the team a year ago, even though you went against Yough. You're very familiar with the situation at quarterback where Jamal Marbley had to play out of position after the early season injury to Tristan Waldeer. How good was it to get all of those players back to their right positions and to really be able to see what the potential holds for this offense in 2020?
It's fantastic. We're running the spread offense, and Tristan is getting better each and every day. He's starting to take command of the offense. His reads are getting better. Jamal is playing great at running back. He had a very good scrimmage. He had 256 yards the other night against Chartiers. That's a great position for him because he has such good vision. Even when he was quarterback last year, he made a lot of great runs, from the quarterback position. But now focusing on the running back, he can still see the field great. His cuts are very good, and he can go inside or outside. So he's an all-purpose back, and plus his hands are good, and he can throw. So he's an all-around back for us, all-around player. And CJ is just developing under this new spread offense. And plus, him and Tristan have that connection anyways from being brothers. The patterns, he's running great patterns. And plus, he's so good on those short passes because he's elusive. He can turn a 6-yard reception into a 15, 20-yard gain.
Talking to the new head coach of the Yough Cougars, Chunko, here on Westmoreland on the Gridiron. I mentioned that you were familiar with Yough because you coached against the Cougars last year. You were on the defensive side at Uniontown area. When you looked at this Cougars team from a distance, what did you notice even a year ago?
That they had very good skill positions, they had good athletes, and that they were playing out of position. And they were playing out of position because of injuries. And then looking at the offensive line, you could tell the offensive line had talent, but they were young. You had first-year starters, freshmen in there starting, and I knew with the off-season that a year of maturity, they had a year of playing under their belt, that they were going to be better, and they are. The offensive line really had a great night the other night.
I know you spoke about the potential, some of the skill players that you knew you were going to inherit when you took this job. But what else about Yough, the football team, and the school district in general stood out to you that made it attractive?
Well, I live in West Newton, so I live in the school district. And they have good facilities. The administration is very good here. They're very supportive. And they want a winning football team. And I knew that I would have their support. And being close, I saw the kids in Midget League play youth football. I knew they had talent here. And I know that they want to be champions. They want to make the playoffs. So that everything being close and knowing what they had, and the youth league is run very well, it was a good situation.
It was certainly an impressive victory, as you mentioned, albeit in non-conference. So what do you have to do to continue this success once you go into a very competitive conference?
We have to stay healthy. We have to stay healthy and keep improving. In the scrimmage, we lost 2 starting receivers. Last week, we lost a starting lineman. So we have to stay healthy. But the good thing is, we don't have a lot of numbers, but we have some football players. And these guys who went down, the people who stepped up, have done a good job. We just have to keep improving every week. We can't rest on our laurels, So on Saturday, after we finish watching film, whatever time it is, say we finish watching film at 9:30 the other morning, Short-Tier Houston was done. Wipe that away from our memories. It's on to the next game.
I mentioned your background with Uniontown a year ago. I know you're also a Monessen guy originally. What are some of your attributes and best qualities as a coach for people maybe who are unfamiliar with you?
I'm hardworking. I'm the first one here. I'm the last one to leave. I watch a lot of film, and plus, I'm not one of those coaches. I try to improve each and every year, each and every day, just like I want my players to improve. So I'm always going to clinics, watching tutorials, trying to be a better all-around coach.
I know a lot of players at the high school level, they look up to collegiate or professional players and say, hey, I can try to mold my game after this person, try to develop this skill. Is that something that you can do as a coach as well?
Yes. Yeah, I try to watch, I'm a big NFL history buff, so I like to watch stuff about Vince Lombardi, George Allen, Chuck Noll, and get some of their insights to the game and their motivational techniques and certain things. And now, you try to build, you want to be a coach that, is good with the fundamentals, but is also good with the kids as far as, you want them to be, I tell the kids, I want you to be great football players, great students, and great people in the community. And, that's what I want to strive for as a coach. I want to try to make this an overall program that this community can be proud of.
Well, you talk about the community, and it's always some good support at Cougar Mountain on Friday nights in most years, but this year it's certainly not a typical year. Playing with either no fans or a limited number of fans, you already have 1 week of experience. How do you kind of adjust? How is that different for everyone involved?
Sure. You don't have the excitement. You don't have the band and all the people chanting and everything, but you still have some people in. And once those lights go on, it's still Friday Night Football. And even though we don't have the fan support because of this situation we're in, we do have a community. People walk through the community. People are talking about this team. People are, following our Twitter page. People are going on a live stream and watching our live stream games. So the community, even though they can't be here, they're still in tune with this program, which the kids are really appreciating, and they're feeding off of it.
Coach, thanks so much for doing this, and once again, congratulations on getting your first win as the head coach of the Yough Cougars.
Oh, thank you very much.
That is Chris Chunko as we continue here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.